a matter of we don't like him and we're not going to accept the election or we're going to be disruptive even before the fact. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
They're missing the point, but here, you know what side I'm on. I would tell the kids and the Democrats in general to keep on doing what you're doing. I think you're on to something here, and I think putting Keith Ellison in charge of the DNC would be the best thing you could do. Grab this opportunity and run with it, and run way out to the left.
So I guess what you're saying is that you believe all of these protests and all of this stuff is going to hurt the crazy left in the long run.
Oh, no, it's good for them. Really, keep doing it. The more you do it, the better. It'll have you back in power in a second. You saw how America reacted last week. They want this. They need this. Break store windows in. Do all this. It's going to be good for your brand.
You know, I'm going to really float the idea of Barack Obama
and
being
more
the fourth
celebrities, too. More celebrities. You need more celebrities. By the way, Billy, which celebrity endorsement of Hillary do you think put Trump over the top?
Miley Cyrus.
Cher goes, if Trump wins, I'm going to go to Canada. It's like, who gives a fuck? You know, I didn't even know you were still here. The level of fucking arrogance of celebrities during all of this shit was just at such a whole other level. Do you realize how fucking arrogant you are that you're making this, you're threatening that if your candidate doesn't get in, you're going to leave the country, and your ego is so fucking big. You think somebody's going like, well, I want to vote for Trump, but if he gets elected, we lose Cher. I got you, babe. The fuck out of here. Her and Barbara Streisand, really? You're going to leave fucking Malibu to go live in Manitoba? Really? You fucking... Go ahead and do it. I'll give you $40 for your house. That ought to get you 9,000 fucking acres up there. Go ahead, go move up to Yellowknife. The dumbest shit. You know, I got a lot of feelings on gun control, but let me check in with Sean Penn first, see what he has to say. The level of fucking arrogance that you have to have.
You're an American student feminist human against Trump.
I am.
What's your biggest problem with him?
Mostly everything. It's pretty hard to pinpoint it, but...
I've noticed that's an issue with these people. Can you just give me one little maybe sentence he said that you disagree with, or one policy he's going to enact? So far your biggest beefs are that he described his daughter as attractive, and that his penis came up in a debate that you haven't seen.
Not my biggest beefs, no.
Well, that's all we got. Well, you got a big one?
Yeah, he's racist. He's sexist. I haven't heard really any firm policy.
Well, we just keep hearing these terms, racist. What's a racist thing he said?
That he insinuating that Mexico is sending their rapists?
They are. 80% of the young girls who cross the border get raped. I thought you feminists hate rape.
I do.
So do you think 80% is a pretty bad stat for women getting raped? 80% of the women crossing the border get raped.
By Americans?
No, by illegals.
Okay. Thanks.
I don't thank me. I didn't rape anybody.
I didn't say you did, but you're coming and you're spinning everything that...
I'm just trying to tell you basic information.
80%...
80% of young women who cross the border get raped.
By illegals?
Yes, by coyotes and illegals. Why wouldn't you...
By coyotes, goodbye.
Bears.
So are you a Hillary Clinton supporter then?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Okay, well what brought you here is because you wanted to see her get destroyed by Donald Trump tonight?
It's quite the opposite, actually. He's bullying her. He's terrible.
He's bullying her tonight, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely not. She's been telling a lot of lies and he hasn't even hit her hard.
How does it feel to be an Uncle Tom?
How does it feel to be an Uncle Tom? Don't get me started, buddy. You don't want to mess with me on that. Have you even read?
You're a race traitor.
Are you serious? Have you even read Harriet Beecher Stowe? Have you even read the book? He probably doesn't know who Uncle Tom even is. Wow.
You tell your kids, don't be a bully. You tell your kids, don't be a bigot. You tell your kids, do your homework and be prepared. And then you have this outcome, and you have people putting children to bed tonight, and they're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children? I have Muslim friends who are texting me tonight saying, should I leave the country? I have families of immigrants that are terrified tonight. This was many things. This was a rebellion against the elites. True, it was a complete reinvention of politics and polls, it's true. But it was also something else. We've talked about race. I mean, we've talked about everything but race tonight. We've talked about income. We've talked about class. We've talked about region. We haven't talked about race. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part. And that's the part where the pain comes. And Donald Trump has a responsibility tonight to come out and reassure people that he is going to be the president of all the people who he insulted and offended and brushed aside. Yeah, when you say, you want to take your country back, you got a lot of people who feel that we're not represented well either. But we don't want to feel that someone has been elected by throwing away some of us to appeal more deeply to others.
I'm wishing Donald Trump luck, and I'm going to give him a chance.
When I said, and I stand by it, I said that race was a part, and there was a part, that alt-right part, that was a part of a white lash. And if you listen to the whole quote, you would agree with what I said. So I don't take that back.
I did listen to it. And at the end you said, what do I tell the kids? What I would tell your kids, I'm a black man in America who went to Yale, who's written books, who served a president, now has a TV job. And I'm a ninth-generation American, ma'am, and I'm the first one in my family born with all my rights. I'm a ninth-generation American. And so we have not escaped because I went to Yale, all the problems in this country. And I'm not, you should be a racial reconciler. You should be ashamed of yourself to say that to me to my face. I've spent more time in this country. Would I say it behind your back would be better? Hold on a second. I spent more time than you have trying to be a racial reconciler in this country. Really? How do you know that? Do you know anything about me? Well, you apparently don't know anything about me. Yes, I do know. Your daddy, your grandparents were teachers. Your grandfather was a bishop. George, this is the problem that we have right now. It is in fact the case that there was a populist revolt in this country, both Sanders and Trump, but one of them was marbled through with this alt-right stuff. If someone like myself, who is married to a white woman, who has spent my entire life building bridges, can't point out the alt-right white lash reaction without being accused of being a racial polemicist, we're going to have a big problem. And I don't think how do you know sense of decency to say that to a man who's been a healer? Throughout a horrific, brutal campaign, he has spoken sanity to power. And to those who my deepest apologies. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about my healing. And I would say there are ways to get to reconciliation different from focusing on the toxic elements, as you did on election night. You guys talk about both. If you don't talk about both, you guys will talk about it outside.
I keep saying it over and over again, and people were like, oh, you're on this soapbox, this feminism soapbox. As a Latina woman, I tell you, I've heard it over and over again in my family. There's no way a woman can run the country. Really? We're in a household where we are raising a large percentage of the country as single mothers. We have to budget money that we don't have. We have raised people that go get post-secondary educations. How is it that we cannot run a country? And to the motherfuckers on Twitter fucking with me right now, I just want you to know, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready for the revolution. You got me fucked up. I'm not that bitch. I'm not scared of you.
You just made their day.
Muslim parents that are afraid right now aren't afraid because these kids with these signs. They're afraid because he said over and over again that he wanted to ban people of their faith. That lands like a bomb in the lap.
Coming into the country.
Hold on a second. You want to explain to me why people who are scared shouldn't be afraid, and you want.
But for you to say internment camps.
Hey, I didn't say internment camps. People are afraid of that.
But you should correct that. You should correct that fear. That's not true. Donald Trump has never proposed internment camps.
You don't lecture me on this stage.
Correct that fear.
You guys won, and you need to back off. You need to have a little bit of empathy and understanding for people who are afraid, because your candidate has been one of the most explosively provocative candidates in the history of our country. And there's a price to be paid for that. Hold on a second.
Let him finish.
I am not finished. I'm not going to be talked over tonight. I'm not. You have people who are terrified. And you have to take some responsibility for it. I am not spreading the terror. I am trying to damp it down. Let me finish my point. Listen, you have people, Latino families, who say, this guy has said he's going to deport millions of people. They don't know, should they sell their homes? They are terrified. That is a real fear. You have Muslims who have heard him say nothing good about the Muslim community the entire campaign. That's a real fear. And so they've heard him say, maybe he said it, but that's not what broke through. And so what we have to be able to do now, if you want unity, and I want unity, and I'm working harder for unity than anybody on this stage, I guarantee you. If you want unity, we have to hear the pain first before you tell people they're wrong to hurt.
Look at that guy over there. Wow. Bring him up. What's your name? Now, he's supposed to look like Donald Trump, but he's actually much too good looking. You are really handsome. Are you having a good time tonight? Where's your daddy? And your mommy, right? Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back to them, or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
Hold up. Hey, hold up. Hold up. Listen up. Hey, hold up. Everybody sit down and be quiet for a second.
About foreign policy, we talked about domestic policy, and as I said last night, my number one priority in the coming 2 months is to try to facilitate a transition that ensures our president-elect is successful. I have been very encouraged by the, I think, interest in President-elect Trump.
Say it again, I didn't hear you.
President-elect Trump's wanting to work with my team around many of the issues that this great country faces. Please.
Well, thank you very much, President Obama. I very much look forward to dealing with the president in the future. So, Mr. President, it was a great honor being with you, and I look forward to being with you many, many more times in the future. Thank you, sir.
This is the moment we choose hope. 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 Choose hope.
If he wins New Hampshire, you get 4 out of New Hampshire, he'd be sitting there at 260. And then again, you take a look at what's left on this map, and you would need, you would need Wisconsin. Wisconsin would put him over. Wisconsin would put him at 270.
He already has Wisconsin.
Jeez.
Look, do you hear that?
He said it twice.
The math is getting easier to do. Wisconsin would put him over. Wisconsin would put him at 270 at that point. Jeez.
Lily, your sign tonight says...
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. If we don't fight, who's going to fight for us? People had to die for the freedom where we're at today. We can't just do rallies. We have to fight back. There will be casualties on both sides. There will be, because people have to die to make a change in this world. But Trump, enough with your racism. Stop splitting families. Don't split my family.
And you're fearful that you're going to lose friends and relatives to deport?
A lot. Friends, family, even all races. Not just my Hispanic culture, but the rest of the races. Don't take away our rights. You know, impeach Donald Trump. That's what he needs to get, is impeached.
All right, Paul.
Well, as you can hear,
Paul,
Don, that's some
much.
of the sentiments here.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Mexican flag.
Now, let me ask you, what would happen if an American went to Mexico and protested with an American flag? What would happen to them?
Some crazy shit.
I have so much hatred for Donald Trump. So much hatred for Donald Trump. You don't want to kill him, man. Fuck Donald Trump. I don't want to kill him, but I mean, I'll catch his face. I mean, gotta knock a nigga out real quick. Fuck you. Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, 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 fuck Donald Trump. I will build a great, great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall.
I'm essentially encouraging illegal immigrants to vote. Listen to his shocking response to a question from actress Gina Rodriguez.
Many of the millennials, dreamers, undocumented citizens, and I call them citizens because they contribute to this country, are fearful of voting. So if I vote, will immigration know where I live? Will they come for my family and deport us?
Not true. The sanctity of the vote is strictly confidential.
Sanctity of the vote, but no sanctity for the requirements to vote, namely citizenship. And that's the President of the United States talking and apparently trying to encourage such votes by illegal immigrants.
Student support of Donald Trump may have made her a target.
What the
ABC 7 News reporter Katie Marzullo spoke with the Woodside High School student attacked in that video and her mother, Katie.
Dan Amma, the student, and her parents tell me they are shocked that something like this could happen. She says all of her friends were posting their feelings and their thoughts on election night, but it looks like her post got her beat up. Cell phone video captures the moment a female student attacks sophomore Jade Armenio.
This girl comes up to me and she said, "Do you hate Mexicans?" And I was like, "No." And she said, "You support Trump, you hate Mexicans."
Jade says the girl hit her, threw her to the ground, and pulled out her earrings and her hair. She was left with a bloody nose and scratches and bruises. Before the results came in on election night, Jade had posted on Instagram that she hoped Trump would win.
I don't think I could name one person on any of my accounts, social media accounts, who didn't say their opinion last night.
Jade's parents say they're mortified about what happened.
My husband and I don't put our political views or stuff like that on social media, but the kids still do it, and that's their life. And, we try to tell them, don't do that. But even if she does, she should never, ever be hit like that.
The principal of Woodside High School issued a statement that reads in part, "The recorded incident was investigated in conjunction with law enforcement, and appropriate disciplinary action has been taken." Jade says she's also now the target of social media hate mail, but she's taking it in stride.
In high school, if you really care about what every single person thinks, you're going to get torn apart.
Jade's parents say they're keeping her out of school until they know she'll be safe. In Woodside, Katie Marzullo, ABC 7 News.
she not say that?
No. When did I say that?
You did not say that.
No. When?
On Instagram?
No.
You most definitely did. I most definitely did. Can somebody please tell me that she did? She did.
She did.
Everybody
said that I went to
Malia, handle those, cuz. Come on, boy. I gotta do my homework, Malia. Make it quick. I really want to.
You really want to what? You really want to what?
Oh, she's yelling. She's raising her voice. I know.
Malia, take off your glasses. Malia, no!
What the fuck? Oh, bitch! Fuck you, bitch!